Hi, it's me, Pt.1, Queen of the Fae, 555. Um, I was doing the Pocket Animal Spirit Guidebook, and I pulled earlier a moth, the moth. So I'm gonna reread it because it cut off, but I was all excited because my placemat for my tarot cards. If you look in the reading, because I'm gonna still post it in my shorts. You'll see the excitement and stuff. But it's just okay. Screw it. I'm gonna show it anyway. I'm such a dork. Okay, ready? See, that's it, right? Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? Now look, it's the fear. It's the moth. So that is our card for the day. I know, y'all are just loving my beautiful curtains. Fun fact, I just moved here from Kansas City. Finally got my stuff. Got a little apartment. I'm rooming with my oldest son and daughter-in-law. They're gracious, they're beautiful, they gave me a room. Soon enough, I'm starting all over again. I'm starting all over again from a domestic violent marriage. And it's hard, and I moved 1,800 miles away to a place that is completely the opposite of. I'm from the East Coast. I'm in the Southwest. One, I'm in the South. Two, I'm in the West Coast, the Southwest. I'm coming from the Midwest. If there is violence, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter the gender. Domestic violence is domestic violence. Get away. I was scared to start all over again. I was getting my ass beat. I tried to before I reached out. A lot of us who are going to be gravitating to this channel will find that you guys are star seeds. You are chosen ones. You're light workers. You're healers. You are the black sheep. We're the oddball out. We're the generational curse breakers. And we're picked on. We have to find our own value in our worth. This is our tribe. This is our tribe. It's like I recently talked to a family member who was telling them what happened and how I got away, and I got cussed out because I'm stupid because I didn't beat the man's ass. Well, let me tell you a little secret. Every time I try to leave, another reason why I lost everything, okay, for moving. And I know I'm going here. I lost everything. I lost a 3-story house. I lost my car. I don't have a job. Well, I do have a job. This is a passion, and it's a career. And I'm rebuilding, and it's a part of Opal Dragonfly Healthy Living LLC, which make products, vegan-friendly, healthy products, halal and kosher products, energy-based crystals. Wire wrap cleanse. These are real. This is real copper wiring. If you're interested, email me. But what I was saying is, this started during the pandemic, not the abuse. Abuse started decades ago. Almost 18 years of it. And then stop for a second. Try to get away. When I would try to even leave in my own car, he would jump through the window and grab my keys. One time he threatened to smash all my windows all the house windows in the middle of winter. Then I had children. I had infant, and I was pregnant. I've been stomped. I've been beaten. I've asked, why don't you call police? The neighbors have called the police, and I got my ass beat for that. And not even knowing that the neighbors called the police. I think. I tried to get away in a battered women's shelter. My son was 12, so he was too old. My sister lived across the street. Our children went to the same school. My son is not a troublemaker. I just need a way out. She denied me too. Just like my mom. One time I got my butt whipped, my mother comes in and says, what did you do? At the end, it got to a point every other day he was pulling a gun at me on a Hellcat 9mm, which has a hair trigger. If you touch it, goes off. And this fool was always getting drunk, so it wasn't like, safety was at its best. So anyway, I'd wake up every day, am I gonna die? The day I kicked him out, I had enough. Out of my pocket, $100, $130-something made an authentic Puerto Rican dinner for him because he's Puerto Rican. And bought him some liquor, dumb mistake. He's just sitting there, golf burger, he's drinking. And he thought he'd just be so funny. I'm almost done cooking. And his brother's very, very, very passive. And he says to himself, he's like, yeah, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say something, I'm going to start something. If he pops off on me, unlikely, I'm going to shoot him. My mother was staying with me at the time. My mother is no better. So, as this is going on and stuff, I'm like, calm down. Stop. You know what I'm saying? My mother comes and tries to bogart her way into the kitchen dining room area. I was like, Mom, go, because I'm trying to protect my mother. Stop. She's trying to push it. I'm like, Mom, go. I can't explain to her without her flipping out what's going on. I'll tell her once I de-escalate the situation. Right? So, after everything calmed down, he was like, yeah, you'll never see me again. I said, you know what, you show right. Get the fuck out of my house. I grabbed everything and kicked him out my house. Grabbed all his stuff and started throwing it out. Packed him a plate. Still white. Gotta go. He was a pathological liar. Habitual is real nice. Compulsive is sweet. He's a pathological liar. He's real sick. He's a lot of things. That I'm finding out now. So when he was finally gone, I told his brother what happened. Then I told my mother what happened. Instead of my mother having my back, it's like she just made it her life's mission to make my life a living hell for another 2 months instead of not their comfort, anything. So I started learning to I'm already into holistic healing. I was already a shaman. I started applying my healing to myself. Healing, healed, healer. So, backyard, front yard. Love my flower gardens, my herb gardens. And I just kept it there. My front porch was my sanctuary. My mother started just staying there, throwing her cigarette butts into my flower beds, everything. I had like a receptacle for my butts and everything. She was just being disrespectful on purpose. She wouldn't go in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I would go. And even in the front, pruning and preening. I was more on my front lawn, in my flower bed instead of on my front porch. That's where I got my serenity, sitting there meditating, sun gazing, weeding, watering, and I befriended a wasp, and I would make mud puddles for him so he could build his nest. This was my way of healing. I was on a self-love journey too. I still am. And going through the dark night of my soul. And with that, grab her. Get her right there in the middle. My granddaughter's learning to walk, and she's trying me. Whew. So anyway, my mother finally left. So when I knew, since I was a young adult, very early, 20, always been my friend. We started talking. I found out a lot of different things. Blah, blah, blah. Suffice to say, I wound up out here. I first came out here, visit. Then I prayed on it because I love this place. I prayed on it. I loved the energy that person was giving me, too. I have a very forgiving heart. Suffice to say. And no, it's not my ex-husband. So anyway, I came out here, prayed for the Most High's will. Always ask Source, Universe, God, Allah, whoever you, great divine creator, period, for their will to be done. And if it's the will of our highest power, there's nothing that you can do to get you where you need to go. If you're supposed to take that path, take that journey. And this was the scariest thing in the world. Yeah, I never lived in a van or in any vehicle. I was living in a van, thankfully. Self-love journey. I had Planet Fitness. I lived in a parking lot. Bougie, cold. But it's right by Planet Fitness. 24 hours, y'all. So I could take my showers, use the bathroom. I don't do public restrooms, but I learned then. We made a joke out of it. You know what? At my lowest right there was what I thought was a materialistic low. I was my happiest. With that person and within myself. Going through the dark night of your soul. You're going to face your old demons that you thought you walked away from, you ran away from, gave up, forgot about. No. Don't ever run away from your darkness. Run towards it. Embrace it because it's a part of you. Without without darkness, there is no light. And without light, there is no darkness. You need a yin and a yang. The yang is what? And the yin is the what? The yin is the light, the yang is the dark. It's the masculine and the feminine. The light is the masculine, the darkness is the feminine. We all came from the dark within our mother's womb just to be here. Primordial womb, period. Darkness, and it's beautiful. But the light shines onto that darkness, so we need that balance. In that darkness, in that dark night of the soul, you're facing your terrors, you're facing your fears, but you're asking yourself these questions. Why am I scared? Why am I ashamed? Why this, that, and the other? Why do I feel this way? That's part of healing. That's part of growing. That's real stuff. This is not easy talking to anybody about this, or even saying it out loud. Got a job. Because, the van was broke down. But we decided we're going to get it fixed. We're going to jump in the water. Don't be scared. Jump in the water. You got to make plans. You got to have an action. Because now it's sink or swim. Once this joint goes up into the mechanics, boy. That Mickey Vicky boom. You know what I'm saying? And it's winter time. It's around this time. We're gonna go to a hotel. You know, one of those, like studio style, joints. Like hometown and in town lodge type stuff, something like that. And it's fine. And we got to start it. First job was shitty. Never got a paycheck for it. Second job, oh my God, I loved it then. I loved it now. It brought the best of me. It humbled me, and it taught me not to look down at people, transients, or people who are chemically dependent, maybe liquor, maybe drugs, anything. It humbled me. Some of the sweetest people, or some of the people nobody would even look at. There's an old man named Richard who gave me hope. And he died in his tent, but he was like the sweetest friend of mine. Where I worked at, he told me, I'm going to get one of these storage joints. I was like, then he wanted the bigger one. He finally got that little one. He finally got a big one. And he wanted the big one. He was eyeballing that joint. He's like, when it comes, becomes available, let me know. Kept on calling him stuff, not realizing he was, in that type of situation. And one day he comes in and it's like, I've been holding this joint for you. Boom, got him in. And then, there's a curfew. I know he didn't have a place to stay. He's not allowed to stay in there, and I didn't allow that. But that was his home away from home. That was his private. That was his out the sun. We're in the desert. He used the bathroom. Wash his hands. Richard, when I'm about to get off work, tell him keep himself away so no one would see him. No, he did not live there. No, he did not live there. He lived down the street in a tent. That's where they even found him. You're like, Richard, I'm about to leave. When you're about to leave, when you're about to come out here, make sure that bathroom's locked and, people are out there. He's like, got it. Gave some type of sense of responsibility, some sense of he was a Navy man, not a Navy man. He was just a military man, but he fell on hard times. I got 7 sons. His old cat. And it was cool as mud. I'm almost done being a Reiki with my training as far as Reiki healing, being a Reiki master. And I understood the concepts of it, I didn't, but the more me and him would just sit and talk, and we weren't even talking about Reiki healing. It's like he just came out of nowhere and would just start talking about the energy. And he showed me more about the understanding of energy and the power of our energy and our life force, our aura, the Reiki healing, period. Well, I can feel it right now. He said some things. And then, everything happened. And then there was no other lady they used to call her lean back. Debbie. Yeah, she was very swayed back. She was going through her own personal... She had Alzheimer's. I don't understand how a family can leave somebody in one of these rooms, but it was her little apartment. And at night, she would peruse the whole entire complex of the hotel, looking for cigarette butts. I started noticing they call lean back. I found her name Deb. Me and her started talking. Sometimes she'd have lucid moments. Most of the time she wouldn't, but I understood. She understood me. Like, Deb, I'd drop a cigarette. I was on the 3rd floor. She was on the bottom. I always drop cigarette smoke. A few, just drop it. I knew she'd get it. I still get the cigarette butts. Like, Debbie. Have you been picking up cigarette butts again? Her lips be black from cigarette ashes. No, I didn't do that. Okay, well, let me give you a couple cigarettes. They're like, don't do that. Don't be there. Your friends, I'd buy her cigarettes if I afford it. Don't do that. People always got some shit to say about somebody, like, but y'all ain't helping her. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Y'all are laughing, but you clearly don't see that she has a situation going on and nobody gives a fuck. I do. So, I'd be having days with my friend, my situationship, and just being like, did I make a mistake? And 3 people called me. 2 people who hate each other called me and said the same thing. God, the Most High said, you're there for him. You're here, but it's higher. God has a plan for me. The Most High has a plan for me. It's part of his will, their will, Elohim. So she'd see me and she just talked to me. It's like, and it was so clear. It's like she could read my heart. Give me a hug. I didn't give a fuck if it was BO or not. I don't care. She was sweet. Well, I had a cigarette. I had an ashtray bucket, right? It was so cute. It looked like a little fire bucket, you know what I'm saying? It was a little pail. It was so cute. It was a double pail. And I told Deb, you come on up here, because believe it or not, we had a freaking tornado. And we were inside the fucking tornado. I'll tell you that story another day. Anyway, I saw her after the tornado just walking around because all the power was out and it was flooded downstairs. So she's still looking for cigarette butts. And I told her, hey, don't do that. Look, I got my cigarette butts up in here. You come over here and get them. She'd always clean them bitches up by the end of the night. So when someone stole my pail, I'm heated because I'm sentimental and, what you have isn't much. You don't say so you appreciate it. And, man, she was just as hot and just as upset, if not more so than I was. And it was so funny. But when I moved and stuff, man, she died a few months ago and she was in there for a couple of weeks. Things do affect me, and so this place was humbling for me, and I live on the strip now. I have nobody. It seems like isolation, but I do have people, and you have your ancestors, you have your spirit guides, you have your guardian angels, and God will send you people. Hey, grab her. These stoots, or no, these professional ladies are some of the sweetest little girls. A chair, somebody just stole it, but maybe they'll return it again, I pray. But it's for them to sit there, not to be disrespected, to rest their feet. Safe house. If you got a problem, tap on my window. These are good girls. Even not the transients are respectful and sweet. And even people who have habits are respectful and sweet. If some are coming out of pocket, because the children right here and stuff, you dropping stuff. No, we don't do that. Please be respectful. Even the ladies will keep their customers from coming around, or I have to say something, but the women aren't like, yeah. They're kind, they're sweet, and respect it, because I respect you. You got, it is what it is. I don't judge anybody, because I'm no better than anybody. Anyway, my tooth, boom. And we're supposed to be talking about the moth, but you can check that out in the second thing. I'm gonna for some of the people who just stood here, and thank you. I'm gonna give you the moth because y'all deserve it. Should I give him the moth? I'm gonna give you the moth. The moth. impulsive, hasty, wishful. Remember I was saying you got to ask the Most High's will, because you can't be impulsive. But once you do, hasty decision, all this shit, no, because you kicked it into autopilot. My nose is itching, excuse me. I'm not going to pick my nose for y'all. And then I got a camera thing that just follows me. Hold on. Okay. I love this thing. TikTok. I got it from TikTok. It has a camera on there. I suggest if you are an influencer to get one of these joints. But anyway, impulsive. You know, you gotta wait on the Most High. It's patience, asking the Most High's will. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. That's why you have to ask the Most High's will. Because the Most High knows if that grass is green or if it ain't. And that's my Pookie Chookies. The moth energy is at play when we're attracted. Isn't he the sweetest sugar man? I love him. And my other grandbaby. Oh, anyway. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Remember the dark night of your soul? Remember everything I was just now literally talking about, not realizing, because I read the thing earlier. But I think there's no such thing as coincidence, so it makes more sense that I'm talking to you guys about this. And I'm going to come back with another reading, okay? Because there's something out here. I just had to get this off of me. And I'll start talking more about myself. So yeah, tooth, domestic violence, walk away, say no. If you don't know how to get help, because I know people are like, why don't you just call the police? Dude, they'll come after us. It's not clean cut as everybody makes it to seem. Why don't you go to Battered Women's Shelter? I told you the help I got from my family. It's scary. Right now, I don't know if this dude is coming to kill me or not. But I'm not scared. Because he ain't gonna. Because I do have power. I do have ancestors who love me, who protect me. They're fierce. I do have guardian angels. I do have some spirit guides that are, I'm protected. I am. And so are you guys. Don't be 50 or 48, 49, 47 coming out here. Man, old or young, getting away, you're going to have to start all over again, one way or another. So might as well do it. Well, you can, but it's never too late. And it's never too late. And you're never too old too. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. That's asking the Most High's will is looking at life in a mystery, because only the Most High knows what's going to happen. You trusting and having faith in the powers that be to handle what needs to be handled, because you put everything in their hands. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, I wish it was different. But if it was different, would I have this? Would I have this baby? Would I have this? Would I have this experience? What would I have? What would I not have? I embrace everything. I embrace it all. I look forward to it, and I thank the Most High because nothing's going to happen as everything I've gone through. Anyway, when in balance, enthusiastic, whimsical. When out of balance, idealizes others, jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. So you know what? Instead of me saying, "Oh, we're gonna just do the next reading," no, I'm gonna go on up. We're just gonna continue with this reading, okay? And if it goes an hour, we're already 30 minutes, 33 seconds. That's when I was saying that. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do now. Stanley Cup broke. Somebody threw away my Stanley Cup. What's it called? You can laugh all y'all want. Stanley Cup straw. I know who did it. I'm more than certain it was Jeannie. Because I love him. He's my heart. And don't anybody ever say nothing. He can do. If he wants to throw away a damn Stanley Cup, he can. My hummingbird. Anyway. We're going to get a few of my oracles of power, of shadows and light. And we were literally just, the crazy thing is, I'm talking about, I didn't know I was going to sit down and start talking about my self-love journey, my dark night of the soul, just bits and pieces. I already knew I was going to do, a few oracle of shadows and light, but I didn't, I wasn't putting two and two together. I just like, oh, they're cute cards, and they call me, I can feel them. I'm feeling them. I already had everything, prepared, and I figured, I'll do, the tarots. I'll finish it off with some tarots. But we just had, the good talk. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. I thank you guys. Do you hear my stanky mama? That's Marilyn. Even though that's not her name. Marilyn! She's trying to beat up her mother. She's off the hook. She was trying to buy. Someone only got 2/4 of 2 teeth and stuff. Or 2/8 of 2 teeth. Got the nerve to always want to bite somebody. She's hilarious. And like she's doing something. Ain't doing nothing. Don't talk to them like that. Don't you touch it. I knew it was you, Marilyn. Marilyn's trying to mess with my speaker. She sees the lights. She's so perfect. Marilyn! Hey! You sure did, Utopiana. I name her different names, You would think she'd be confused, but she knows what her name is. She knows who she is. I think she just likes the feel of the club names. Hey! But I'm talking to you. She's so perfect. She's my first granddaughter. Okay, what I want to do too is I want to light my blue sage wrapped in red roses. This is hyssop that was used to dip the lamb's blood. You know what I'm saying? Wipe it across the door jams during the Passover. So death would pass over. So when you look at the red roses, it represents that blood of the lamb. I feel that where I'm at right now, we are in the promised land. People can take. I've been having signs forever, and I kept on fighting it, not knowing that an estranged acquaintance of mine at the moment. Even if I love that person, it doesn't matter. An estranged person in my life. brought me up here, or led me up here, not brought me. But it was the purpose of the Most High for me to be up here, and I love this place. Man, the energy it's incredible, but you first have to hone your own. I was like in solitude, isolation, and the hermit card used to always freak me out. And then I start respecting and loving it all one. Isolation, it's not loneliness, it's alone, all one. It's beautiful. You're learning yourself. It's part of the self-love journey. It's part of, the dark night of the soul. Finding yourself. Mourning, getting time, crying. Twos, I never cried over this man and everything he did to me. Get out here. Especially nowadays, I'm a freaking boss. I say to myself, which is cool because I'm still a hermit. But it's okay. Now, let's see what the cards have in store for the collective. Okay. We have, and listen, if it don't fit, don't rock it, but if it do, rock it like a glove. Fairy of the green world. The natural world needs you. See? Okay. Voodoo and blue. Back off. Storm angel. Collision of beliefs, styles, and attitudes and energies. Okay. What I'm getting from here, okay, is, like I told you guys, you are star seeds. You know what I'm saying? You're earth angels. You are breaking familial generational curses, okay? Y'all have gone through hell and high water, and you know what? The natural world needs you because we need your love. The world needs your love. They need your compassion. They need your forgiveness. You understand that pain. Remember when I was talking, the wasp became my best friend? The natural world needs us. We're the ones who pick up litter on the ground. We're the ones who hug a baby or argue with a baby, Marilyn. We're the ones who argue and fuss with an animal, but will harm somebody over that same animal, and that animal knows love. From a wasp to a bee to a butterfly to a moth to a dog to a cat to anything. Humans. Let's tell you about Richard. Let's tell you about Deb. The natural world needs you. These were angels to me. The natural world needs you. You need to shine your light. Breaking generational curses. That is voodoo and blue. Back off. You're breaking them. Back it off. It's time for people. Words or curses. Spoken words. Intentions. Thoughts. Forms of, even religion. And if you know, you know. We'll use whatever. Those are forms of ritualistic, Screw it. Fuck it. I'm just going to say, okay? There are a lot of witches up in these churches, and church means Xerxes. Where Xerxes is a circus, which is some bullcrap. Y'all seen it. You know what time it is. Let's stop faking. I'm a pastor's daughter. And I was abused sexually, emotionally, religiously, ritualistically, biblically. You got to forgive me. You got to forgive me. Or Jeebus can forgive you. Bullcrap. So I'm supposed to forgive my rapist, who's the pastor. And the senior pastor gives a thumbs up, even though he is a KCPD police officer. And the one who suffers is me. Nah. If that ain't witchcraft, that ain't voodoo, that ain't casting spells. My mother, she's a siren. She's a singer, but on the same token, you could, because of the Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, not spirit, but ghost. You can tell everybody who's a witch and who's not. It seemed like anybody who know everybody's business must be up in the business, a part of the business, if you know what I'm saying. And through time, I'm not bearing false witness. Trust me, it all comes out. The world needs you. That time my mother was up, I forgot to tell you, fun fact, when she was staying at my house after I kicked my husband out, because he had to go. My life for his, he was doing this for my children. Period. Two different friends of mine heard my mother speaking incantations in Latin. Back off. Back off. You feel me? Collisions of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. Bro. We're just not talking about different beliefs and everything. Religion, abuse, styles, attitudes. Don't let nobody tell you. Remember I was talking about shames, the dark night of your soul, those shames, collisions of beliefs. You're probably colliding with your own self and your own beliefs and the beliefs that you would be a lie. Believe the lie. Okay? Believe. Get it? Be lied to. Styles, attitudes, energies. So your belief versus your energy. Your energy, your higher self always knows who you are. The natural world, they see your aura, they see your spirit, they know who you are. And these people who are casting things on you know who you are. Stop fighting yourself. You're going through a existential crisis. No, but for real, you're learning yourself. You're going through your dark night of your soul. You're learning to love yourself, okay? It's like me. Because we're healers. Because we are the chosen ones. Because we are the light workers. Because we are the star seeds. And people have always berated us, brought us down, and still have us doubting ourselves. Like right now, I'm doubting myself because of an idiot. No, we have a lot of narcissistic people too because we're empaths also. There are empaths in our little clique. You know what I'm saying? And they want to bring us down. Collisions of our beliefs, morals, values, and theirs. Their styles and their attitudes. Materialistic compared to ours being spiritual energies. We're vibing higher. 5D. They want to stay 3D. Let them stay it. And I'm not just talking about people. Oh, you think I'm talking about the people in the streets? These people I named that the Most High humbled me about. These people who have more heart and love. There's a lady of the night who came, and her man was grab her. She's off the hook. Put her in her walker. It's going down. It's going down, kid. I would show you to the world, but I don't want them seeing you. Grab her. Put her in a walker. Hold on. Time out. I know you, Pootie Tang. I know you. Take that. I would let you see the toilet paper, but no, it's going to be a disaster. Can I trust you? That's a good girl. Okay, that's going to last for a second. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm not going to stop. 444 as I speak. Well, it's 44 as I speak. I thought it was 444. 428 now. We're healers. We are all these people. And yes, we're going to be hit with a lot of stuff. And yes, they know who we are, even if we don't know who we are. The dark night of the soul, embracing who you are, coming out of vibing higher. 5D instead of 3D. And that's what I was saying. This girl, she, I'm going to get your kids She said this to my daughter. I want to get your kids some clothes. Okay. My daughter goes, Mom, such and such. I said, all right, I guess. They exchanged numbers, what have you. Then you see her husband like running down the street, or I'm not gonna call her street lady. No, I'm just saying woman in the street, young lady. Her man was running looking for my daughter. Like, we just said we're gonna give you money. We'll give it to you today. We'll be right back. Didn't work. So what? You know, it's just a thought that counts. Next day, boom, 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 boom. Was it the next day or was it the day after? It was the next day, right? About Sweet Pea, who brought you money. Was it the next day?
It was. Yeah, it was the next day after.
The next day, she brought that money. Do you understand what I'm saying?